Good day and welcome. Richard Faust. I'm your host today for Inside Cottonwood. I'm Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood. And today I have the special opportunity of actually interviewing both of our City of Cottonwood Youth Services Coordinator positions, one at the Cottonwood Public Library and the other at the Cottonwood Recreation Center. So we're going to be discussing an awful lot as it pertains to youth today, youth programs, youth events, things of that nature, and we'll be getting into our after-school programming at the Recreation Center. We'll be getting into youth programs there as well. And I'm going to kind of go over a little bit also of what's going on at both. And I know both of the individuals today, both Kirsten and Joyce, can help me. So today we have Kirsten Hastings and also Joyce Reed. They're both with us today, so good morning. I wanted to thank you both for being here and taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know both of you are extremely busy. I wanted to go into a little bit of a breakdown of what's going on right now, and especially with the library. So many people take, I think, libraries for granted in some respect or the other, and our library is just a hopping library. I know that month to month I see the context of what's going on at the library and how we're doing and what's going on, and the results are they continue to stack up more and more every month, and it's rather interesting to see that more people are actually enjoying the library. We really didn't think that this was going to occur because of the internet. We felt that so many places similar across the nation would actually be pulling further away from library services and library programming, but they're not here in our community. The Verde Valley and the Cottonwood Library and all, they're massing out programs, and it's really interesting to see what's happening, and I'm really proud of what they do, and I think that you are also. I know that one of the things I wanted to identify was you can do so much on the internet nowadays, and especially with our Cottonwood Library. You can go online at www.ctwpl.info, and I know we'll put that up here in a little bit for you as well, but when you get on, it's so user-friendly because there's a left column, and you can actually just scroll right down. It tells you everything that you need to know or anything you want to know about, but you know, just to give you a familiarity, it's tax season, and so people want to know, well, I've always gone to the library, I've gone to the post office in order to pull taxes. There you go, there's your web page there. But they want to know, okay, well, can I get a copy of you know, the 1040 or any of the other forms for the federal government or the state for state tax purposes? And yes, you can, but you can actually download them right on site. And so that's one of the nice things. So if you've got a computer, you've got a printer, you've got internet access, you can get everything right there. Again, it's through your Cottonwood Library. Also, just letting you know, the City Council here just recently identified new hours for the Cottonwood Library. We had a lot of people that were concerning and voicing their opinions here recently. Actually, it's been for the last year, and we've heard those, and so I think it was almost a year ago we changed time frames. We actually moved into Mondays, and it was kind of nice. So right now we have, starting February 3rd, 2015, Monday 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Tuesday 8:30 to 6 o'clock, because it used to be 9 o'clock, and so now it's 8:30. Wednesday is 8:30 to 6 p.m. Thursdays is 8:30 to 6 p.m. and Fridays 8:30 to 6 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Sunday we're closed. So I wanted to let you know about those changes within the context of the library hours as well. And I'll be asking Joyce a little bit more to go over some of the questions here on the resource database page, some of the things that she knows a lot better than what I do. At the Cottonwood Recreation Center, we're basically gearing up for spring season. And at the Recreation Center and the Parks and Recreation Department, the Looking Good Cottonwood program is ongoing at this point in time. It's very intense. There's over 200 people involved. Again, the Recreation Center is open very early in the morning, and from around 5:30 until approximately 9 o'clock every night, and except for on Saturdays and Sundays, those hours change a bit. But again, there's also the opportunity for you to not only seek a healthy lifestyle in our community, but also to commit yourself to a lifestyle which will increase over the years. And so that's one of the things we do. The Brian Mickelson Marathon, the Brian Mickelson Memorial is upcoming on April 18th. And so a lot of people are getting prepared for that run race event because we have a 10K, we have a 2-mile, and we also have the half marathon and the full marathon run. So that's upcoming. The Easter egg hunt also for youth that are involved in our community is upcoming as well. But I wanted to get into things right away here with Joyce. Started asking some questions here about the Cottonwood Library. So Joyce, what is your position at the Cottonwood Public Library and what does it entail?
Well, I just started as the Youth Services Coordinator this week.
Did you really?
And
okay.
So I'm going to be supervising staff in the youth services area and planning programs, working with the kids. It's a big job, but it's a lot of fun. And we are getting ready to plan for the summer reading program for June and July.
Okay.
And we have programs pretty much every day. We have a couple of Tiny Tots and preschool story times a week, and we have a family craft at 4 o'clock on Fridays, and all ages can come to that. And when I came here, I started a program called the Crafty Clan, which is for ages 10 to 14, and we do a little bit more sophisticated arts and crafts.
Wow. It sounds like a winning program. That's a new one. And so what did you do, Joyce, before that you came to the city of Cottonwood then?
Well, I pretty much worked in libraries for about 30 years. I came from the East Branch of the Flagstaff Public Library, pretty much doing the same thing. But I've worked at the NAU Library. I've been at the Prescott Public Library before.
Okay.
And I've been a school librarian down in Phoenix.
Awesome. So you've got an incredible background as library services then. Mm-hmm. All right. And so how long have you been working with children and children's programming? And what do you like most about your job?
Again, I've been working for over 30 years with kids in programming with libraries and art. But what I love is seeing the kids come in and just finding books, finding activities to do, things that interest them. We have a lot of electronics devices such as the Smart Table, which we just got. The Smart Table is like a big tablet that you can do all kinds of educational programs on.
Which is really interesting too, because when I found out about the Smart Table, it was really incredible because actually I came in because I have grandchildren and they like playing stuff like that, but it's really big. And as a big table, I wanted to watch the youth interact with it, and it's really incredible because they get on it and there's a variety of about 170 or 180 different things that they can do on just one segment of the table itself. And it's very interactive. And I saw a 3-year-old participating with a 5-year-old brother. And so it was rather incredible. So we have all of those things. And talk to us about the research database also, because we were talking about the internet and the computer. What does that entail?
Well, the research databases are a tab that's off of the website. When you click on it, a bunch of sites come up. There's a lot of sites for kids. There's a National Geographic site where they can explore all kinds of science and animals, all kinds of things. We also have tutor.com. Kids and families can get free tutoring on there. All they need is their library card.
Okay.
It's great.
So why is it important that libraries offer youth service programs? Because most people, they just think, well, library is just simply for books, and that's what I do, and so that's where I go. But I know many libraries have youth service programs.
Well, libraries are so much more than just the books. In a lot of programming, we involve literacy and learning experiences, especially in terms of science and technology. We're providing all kinds of things for the kids in those areas. We have STEAM kits. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. We have snap circuits, we have kaleidoscope gears. All of these things are teaching kids physics, science, technology, and everything. We have tablets that the kids can get on with all kinds of learning programs on them. And every day at 2 o'clock, we have 2 computers that are designated just for what's called School Zone, and kids can get on there and do literacy and math.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of educational opportunity as well at the Cottonwood Library as we talk about youth services and youth programming, and we're going to get into a little bit more of that as we're going to be taking our first break here. But I wanted to get into also there's this SciTech that's upcoming, and you can talk a little bit about that and what's going to be transpiring and happening there. But again, we're going to be taking our first break, and I just want to thank you again for joining us. I'm Richard Faust, your host today, Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood. We'll get back in a moment.
At Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, rather than do lots of things, we focus on doing one thing right. We serve climate-challenged people. Gettle's starts with a free system evaluation to identify the best AC and heating equipment for your home or business. Professional installation, warranties, and service after the sale. If you're climate-challenged, then we're the right choice. Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, the name to trust.
Headaches and back pain are two of the top reasons people choose Mosing Chiropractic. Dr. Mosing also treats symptoms of numbness and tingling, as well as those injured in auto or work accidents. Dr. Mosing uses gentle chiropractic techniques, as well as electric muscle stim and cold laser therapies. Call Dr. Mosing today at 634-0733. No spine left behind at Mosing Chiropractic.
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Richard Faust, Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood, and I'm very pleased to have both Joyce Reed as well as Kirsten Hastings with us today, both youth coordinators within their own areas of expertise. And Joyce, we've just been hearing that you've got about 30 years in library experience, and so that's just incredible. Now, I know we were talking prior to the break that a lot of educational opportunities are available at the library, and again, also technologically wise. And with the SciTech Festival, explain what the SciTech Festival is, if you will.
Well, Arizona has a SciTech Festival that runs February through March, and the Verde Valley started the SciTech Festival for the month of March, and so the library is going to be involved this year. It's a pretty big deal. People can go all over the Verde Valley area to different areas, Yavapai College, everywhere, and learn about different things. I think they have some activities at Dead Horse State Park. But the library is going to be involved the last week of March, and we're going to have different activities going on. Thursday, March 26th, the rec center kids that are there for the after-school program will be treated to a STEAM day. And that will have the snap circuits, the magnetic science kits, the kaleidoscope gears, the Ozo bots, the cubelets, and they'll be able to spend the day playing with, or the time that they're there playing with those. And then that Friday, March 27th, is the day to visit the library for the SciTech Festival. And we'll have all of our activities out. We do have Chris Guerra coming for a demonstration of a 3D printer.
Oh, wow.
He's done this before, and it's really, really popular. And we'll have all of our STEAM kits out. The smart table will be running. The tablets will be out. And we have a new STEAM kind of kit or robot called Sphero. And Spheros are done through a tablet. They're given orders through a tablet to do different things. So they do fun things. They roll around. They can dance, they can sound like a police car and run around.
That will be incredible.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Well, so, you know, it's fun to see that the library actually supports educational goals for kids and families, as well as science technology, and you can come and see that. And again, those dates were, what were they?
It's the last week of March, but Friday, March 27th is the date that the library is pretty much open for the SciTech Festival.
Great, that's good. All right, now, so what other programs or services does the library then offer?
We have all kinds of things for kids. We have, well, with the rec center students, I'm doing Thursday afternoon, and we've collaborated, and I'm going to be doing a different thing each Thursday. So they're going to have a free computer time on one Thursday. They can have a Steam or Xbox day on a Thursday. I'll do a craft with them on another Thursday, and then one Thursday out of the month, I will be coming over to the rec center to do a food craft.
Awesome. Okay. So do you, I know that you have summer programs, and so we might as well talk a little bit about those. What are some of those?
We'll be participating in the summer reading program again. That's annually for us. The theme this year for the kids is Every Hero Has a Story, and for the teens, it's Unmask.
Okay.
So it's going to be fun. The teens are actually putting together a video for a video contest that is through the collaborative summer reading program. So it's a secret. I can't tell you what the plan is, but they're working on it right now, and it's going to be really cool. For Every Hero Has a Story, we have all kinds of fun things going on. We are going to have the Yavapai Search and Rescue come and demonstrate their dogs that do search and rescue. We are planning some other presenters. The Friends of the Library, called the Bookmarks, has donated some money for us to pay for some presenters this year. So that's going to be really cool. And we have weekly crafts. Besides our regular programming that we have, we're going to have 2 additional crafts that deal with heroes or superheroes. So there's going to be some fun crafts going on.
That'll be fun. That'll be great. Now, I also saw that there's a blue hair challenge.
Oh, yes.
And I saw that, and I saw the photograph, and so I thought you might even show up today with blue hair.
I thought about it.
What is the blue hair challenge?
The blue hair challenge is this. We are going to challenge the kids of Cottonwood to sign up for the summer reading program, and if we can get 500 kids to sign up, staff at Youth Services will dye their hair blue.
Goodness. Okay, that's great. All right, well, so now when we look at the library and how you interact also with the recreation center and the rec center back and forth, which is really kind of a unique thing, but it's really nice that you guys actually physically are buildings that are side by side. And so it's nice having that campus effect to where people can walk back and forth. And so let's start in with Kirsten. Kirsten Hastings is the Youth Services Coordinator for the Recreation Center and Parks and Recreation. Kirsten, tell us a little bit about your job and what you like most about it.
Well, I like working with kids.
Okay.
I actually hold a joint position with the Cottonwood Oak Creek School District as a part-time PE teacher, and then I'm also the Youth Services Coordinator at the Rec Center. And I also oversee the Cottonwood Youth Advisory Commission, so I've got a lot on my plate.
You do.
But yeah, I really enjoy working with kids and having the opportunity to tailor, as a staff, as a group, we tailor these activities to provide them with a fun and an enriching experience.
It is, and it's a challenge, I think, in the context of what you do also, is you're working with both the, as the youth and the teen programs, and then also the younger youth, and so you have both of those, and they're very challenging. I know that kids can be challenging, so it is one of those things, and of course, my door is, I think I'm just right next door to you, so I hear a lot and I see a lot, and so it's one of those things. But what do you find so interesting also with working with the teens and the council's youth program?
Well, it's a great opportunity to be involved with, we have the ability to interact with the future, essentially.
That's right.
And these kids are amazing. The 6 seniors on the commission have all received full ride scholarships.
That's what I just heard. I couldn't believe that. That's the first time we've seen full ride scholarships for 6 of our seniors with with that program, and it's just an incredible program. It is. It's really a unique program, and I think it's one of the best in the state. It challenges youth as well in order to get outside the box, but it also challenges them in the context of what they're doing for other youth and what they're doing for youth programming and what they're doing for city activities, for volunteering and things of that nature. So
really it empowers them to come up with their own projects and what they're interested in, and how can they achieve their goals. It's really neat to sit back and watch them work and figure things out, and just
That's
kind of
neat.
guide them along.
So you kind of direct, or you have hands in that context of things with them.
We try to kind of guide them through or assist them in achieving those goals. You know, they come up with their goal, and then we like I said, we just try to guide them through to make that possible.
And it is a lot of fun, I know that.
Yeah.
And those kids are really
great.
unique. They are something else.
Absolutely.
So now, as youth coordinator for the rec center, what are the goals that you have and that you strive for in your programs?
Well, our goal is to inspire our youth through fitness and enrichment and fun, really. We focus on all aspects of the child's development through activities such as arts, sports, reading, and science exploration. So we want them to have a safe environment where they can come, but also to explore their own unique talents and interests, and also develop friendships that hopefully will last.
So again, within our community, and I know the mayor is very specific as it pertains to this. Youth are very important. They are our future, as you had just indicated. They're the future as to who our leaders are within our communities. And so we take valiant steps and we try to work directly with them. And as you can see, the city of Cottonwood really has the love of youth and tries to get them to express as well as to come out and to learn and to enjoy, as well as we educate and we try to get them involved. So it's one of those things that's really unique within our community. We're going to take another break here, and for our final segment, we'll be coming back with Kirsten a little bit more as it pertains to youth programming at the Recreation Center. So thank you again for joining us today. I'm your host, Richard Faust, Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood. We'll see you in a moment.
Headaches and back pain are two of the top reasons people choose Mosing Chiropractic. Dr. Mosing also treats symptoms of numbness and tingling, as well as those injured in auto or work accidents. Dr. Mosing uses gentle chiropractic techniques, as well as electric muscle stim and cold laser therapies. Call Dr. Mosing today at 634-0733. No spine left behind at Mosing Chiropractic.
And we're out.
You got plans?
You bet. $50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plate.
Wait!
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Richard Faust, Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood. You know, we really enjoy what we do. There's the majority of the time we're working with people, like Joyce had indicated, she's been working with libraries and public programming, public service for over 30 years. This is just incredible. And so we really do take that as an expression of who we are. As public servants, and so it's a good thing. And I know Kirsten is also maneuvering and working through that system, and we have a lot of things in store for us in the future here. And we were just talking about everything that's going on at the Recreation Center. So tell us a little bit about the after-school program. What's involved with that, and what are the times and things of that nature?
Well, we start right after as school gets out. We have bus pickups from MVP, DDB. We pick up the kids from Cottonwood Elementary School. And just recently, we've coordinated with Verde Valley Montessori, and we have a bus or a van drop at the rec center for those kids as well. And we're open from the point that we pick up the kids till 6 o'clock.
So now, does the school district actually have a bus? And that's how they then pick the kids up and they bring them over? Right.
We have a bus stop. Actually, that recently we just moved to the front of the rec center. It's a less congested area, so it's safe for the kids.
We were right off of 6th Street, and it really caused a kind of, like you said, it was very congested. It was very difficult. It was also at a parking in a fire lane. And so we had to move that. And it's just one of those things. And so it was really nice because everything maneuvered then to the front side of the Recreation Center, which some people say, well, it's the back side of the rec center because the front is what faces 6th Street. But one way or the other, that's where most people will be picking their children up, is along the parking lot side. And that's the main way to identify it, is it's the parking lot side of the Recreation Center. It's nice having the school district as they provide the busing service. And so your children are moved directly then across the parking lot by our staff, and they're very secure and very safe, and they move them into the Recreation Center. Is that correct?
Yep, it is.
Oh, good. Okay, so I got that right. So now, now, what is this? A lot of people always ask the question, what is the staff to children ratio? Because they're very concerned about that with their children.
Oh, absolutely. I can't talk. We maintain a 1-to-8 ratio.
1 to 8, so there's one supervisor for every 8 children then.
Yes.
And we average between 25 and
30 kids.
30 kids.
On a daily basis.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
So are they running amok in the rec center?
No, we try to keep them controlled, but we have a lot of activities for them,
You
so
do.
we try to keep them engaged.
And if you look online, and again, there's a lot of the photo shots because they're working at a large table, and you can see all the kids as they're smiling, and they're doing arts and crafts, and they're doing lots of it, and it's really kind of neat. It's a really neat thing. It reminds me of my youth when I actually did stuff after school, or I did things in the summertime primarily. So now, what is the cost for the program itself, for the after-school program?
The after-school program is $140 a month,
Okay.
or it's $40 a week, or $20 a day if you just have a drop-in. And then siblings are half off of that.
Okay, and so we talked about also that the operation times then are from around 2:30, is that correct? 2:30 to 6 p.m. So right after school to around 6 p.m. is our youth program then, and our after-school program. So now, people always ask that question about, well, what does my kid do? I'm working, and there's a holiday, or there's early release at school. What do we do there?
Well, we coordinate with the school district's calendar to make sure that we're open during those times. So if there's parent-teacher conferences and the kids are out, we're open and there with them.
Awesome.
Or school holidays,
Oh, that's
spring
great.
break, all that. We have special programs during that time where we have, we'll have a full day, obviously, like for spring break, and we have programming for those times as well.
That's awesome. That's really good to know. And so I think we pretty much talked about the essence of what the program is, and so do we have specific partnerships within the community as to how we operate as well?
Yeah, we collaborate with the school district, like I said, Dead Horse Ranch State Park, Clemenceau Museum, the Verde Valley Montessori School as well. And we've also, especially during the summertime, we've collaborated with the fire department and the police department as well. So.
They're good guys and gals to collaborate with. They're a lot of fun.
They sure are.
They have a lot of information, and they provide a lot. And it seems like a lot of youth, they get involved in something like that, and they actually grow into it within our community. We've actually seen so many kids as they've grown up, and especially myself. I've been here since about 1990, and so I've watched a lot of the youth as they've grown up in our different programs for youth basketball, baseball programming, for Little League, you name it, and I've watched them as they've grown, and they've been involved in the same context. They've seen the fire departments and police departments working directly with them, and they become police officers and firefighters.
Awesome.
It's really kind of neat. It's a good thing to see within our community. So now, what type of activities are the kids involved in at the recreation center? We talked about, some of the activities of, arts and crafts, but what else is there?
Well, recently, especially with the collaboration with the library, we've tailored our activities to be more physical-based sports things. With the rec center, it's a fantastic facility. It has so much to offer. So the kids have the opportunity to burn off energy in the gym, playing games and sports. Then they can swim in the indoor pool with the new aquatic feature, and then the rock wall is a big.
I was going to say the rock
wall is a big favorite. They love that, and it's really fun to see them, and they really challenge themselves and work up to the harder areas. But so for the most part, we're doing lots of physical activities.
So now, do they utilize the double wide gymnasium as well? So they use that and they play basketball, or they do different things in there as well?
Well, since I'm a PE teacher, I have,
you have a lot of experience.
lot of ideas there
Yes.
of different games that we can play and
That's
stuff.
great.
And they have a lot of fun. It's good.
So there's a constant thing for them to do one way or the other,
Absolutely.
so that they're able to explore that and work into it. So I know that we have values that we do. We actually have values for everything as to what we want to achieve and how we want to do things. The library does, the recreation center does, the city does overall, as we have a value statement. I know we strive to provide a fun, safe, educational and interactive program environment. We try to ensure open and effective communication between staff, participants, clients, and also the guardians. Our clients are seen as guests, and that's one of the nice things about it as well. And it is, like I said, very safe, and it's a healthy environment all the way around. We also have the unique opportunity to interact with the future of our children within the context of our community, which is a great thing, like we were just talking about. Having them involved and having them mature, and then coming back to our community to help nurture our community for growth purposes. So it's rather valuable. Now, Kirsten, so who do you contact to get additional information as it pertains to any of these programs?
They could contact the Rec Center,
okay.
639-3200 for anybody who needs that number. They can also email khastings@cottonwoodaz.gov.
All right.
And provide information.
So that gives us then also the opportunity then to contact you directly. And so I think that as we look at both library, recreation center, we do so much in public service, and we do an awful lot as it pertains to children, and a lot of that we just we don't see or hear about in their community. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to bring this forward and let you know what is going on in the community, what is going on at the recreation center involving youth, what is going on at the Cottonwood Public Library involving youth and programming there. And I know the extent of both teen programs, young youth programs, etc. We have it, and it is one of those things where it is very valuable within the community. So if you would like to obtain more information, please either contact the public library, Cottonwood Public Library, or call the Cottonwood Recreation Center for that information. So I wanted to thank you today for joining us for Inside Cottonwood. I'd like to also thank our guest today, Joyce Reed, Library Youth Services Coordinator, and Kirsten Hastings, Recreation Center Youth Services Coordinator for the City of Cottonwood. So again, we have a valuable staff. It's really neat to see. And I want to thank you also for joining us today for Inside Cottonwood. And again, I'm your host, Richard Faust, Community Services General Manager for the City of Cottonwood. Have a great day.